Welcome everyone. We are finally live. That took way too long, but we are here. Welcome Scooter. Right now you're the only one in here. There were some other people in here, but then they kind of left, I guess. I'm gonna have to kill the vibe. I'm gonna have to get rid of the music. Also, my my earbuds aren't working, so it's gonna have to be out loud. So let's just start watching. This is the second set. I saw Scooter. I saw. Okay, I do not want chat open.
Finks is one that's yeah, there we go. I was gonna say Finks is one that surprised me that he hadn't shown up at this point, especially when watching North America. A lot of the times, just
like Scooter, what does that even mean?
It's usually a choice of
what does that mean?
Or do I want Poco? In this case, Poco in the band phase. We get Pierce, who's a long-range sharpshooter. I just feel like Pierce is at such a good point as an individual brawler that it's hard for me as a team to justify.
Let me just move a little bit so
but
that I'm more centered.
The one thing I will say about Finks compared to other bids on this map is he's pretty decent at handling aggression. And I think that's important, especially when you're in that earlier onset of the draft. You have to be ready for that. So somebody like Ali, now you've got a TP mechanism at least to deal with that, which is something that covers for Pierce.
Yeah, you got the TP. You also get 3 extra shots, assuming that you were, smart about your ammo use and the timing of your teleport with the gadget. Should be able to deal decently well into Ali, but Ali can bait you really, really effectively. She's got plenty of water and bushes to work with here, and that changes her attack to a jump where she becomes invulnerable for the duration of the attack, even though it is pretty quick. Now, if you want to point fingers at a reason that Juju has not played so much anymore, here you go. She's jumping all over the place. Pam, super, super strong here. Could play reactively into this, but they've already committed with the Pierce, so I don't think they're going to be going something like a bell.
I do like the Pam, especially together with the Ali, can heal her up quite a bit whenever Ali comes back to recharge.
I forgot when, actually, I haven't even predicted. I need to predict for tomorrow.
Not that big of a health pool. Maybe some heals would be good for them as well. Or Lou, potentially, kind of still waiting for that one. Lou's super good against aggression. He's also kind of good against Pam to just destroy that turret. Or Frank to open up the map despite them having his spike. I guess you can always pick Buffy players, even if you have some.
It starts tomorrow. You start predicting tomorrow.
I think, generally speaking here, Frank, look, he's a tank, but as far as tanks go, he's got the most range. And then also he's got...
Okay, so next is Olympo versus ETN.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Why do we have this? But I digress. It should be a fairly strong selection here, even into some.
Calm down.
It'll be very
I am perfectly calm.
Specifically, if he sticks around the point just for survival,
I don't know what you mean.
I think that's where we should generally expect him to be, but should also be a neat tool for dealing with Ali if she gets too deep in the back lines.
Firepro going to start this off by dishing out a life plant, giving themselves a little space to work with. But into somebody like Frank, it's not going to be enough. Ali, though, on that top side. Oh, and a double takedown there.
Dang.
Excellent.
Double takedown.
Now going to leave Radafoot by himself. Completes the team wipe, and Loud will own the middle point. That's what the objective's all about. Just getting control of the map early and making it tough to march up, especially for something like a sharpshooter and Frank, who's a walking super feeder. This could be rather difficult if Anubis isn't careful.
Easy walk up for Anubis.
What's wrong with the audio? What does that mean? Oh, like what's wrong with the audio? Is something wrong with the audio?
It would have been wise for Kyodog to just get out of there, hightail it away from the water, but he decided to stick around for the fight. At least he's earned his super along the way. It's an easy takedown onto Radafoot. Tufa also most vulnerable brawler on this map to close range, but he has the better reload speed over.
Is it like with my microphone or with the game?
Easy, however. We'll see Ningane Segura lose that control of mid. Loud are all up in it. They have that hyper
like with the
turret down, and they're looking
thing.
Firepro flexing. 2 hypercharged supers going down while he had it activated, but Frank now on the prowl. Left-hand side tears open the entire side of that map, and they'll no longer be able to rely on that. Importantly, for Pam turret, they're just going to have to throw it in the open. This is going to allow the red roster to focus that down.
Firepro still trying to stay alive here, and that is when it can get you when you're not respecting the range matchup versus Frank.
I definitely feel like Loud has this first.
Even enough to take down a tank counter like Spike. Spike has been taught that lesson. Now we'll want to see if Firepro gives him a bit more respect on the range matchup. Kyodog also trying to be crafty in his matchup versus Anubis. We'll see a pretty aggressive Spike super down. Loud will be allowed to continue moving up here. Fire Pro, of course, keeping the range, knows that Anubis.
I have no idea, Scooter. I don't know. 96, 97, 98, 99. Okay, so they won the first one. Oh yeah, clutches on Twitch. So.
Just playing the game mode to perfection, not overdoing it. At times when the enemy team got space, they were able to regroup, not stagger their spawns. I think that's a problem sometimes you can see. Even
I'm probably not going to stream North America monthlies, most likely not.
All of them, of course, in the same room. Wherever Loud headquarters is, I'm sure things are going well. And now one game away from advancing to a stage that they made many times back in 2025, trying to start the new year off just right.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
For everyone watching, this is the South American Monthly Finals, and for Loud, this is just another Saturday. This is pretty much what they do, another semi-final, another dollar in their bank account. Loud, they quickly sweep up 2 brawlers from in-game Segura, and they're on the point once more. Not a single percent.
When I'm playing Brawl, I'm probably going to hop on after Monthlies, although we usually wouldn't stream on the weekend. It's just so much is happening that I wanted to stream.
For in-game Segura to secure something.
Really good comeback. I feel like Allie's really starting to show her worth as well. You wouldn't think much of those little L-shaped waters right there, but it is a lot.
Yeah, I don't even think this first one is going to be close.
One of the map currently was access to a dash in, out, little swipe. Now Tupa, next up on the menu, goes for a double as well. Frank, though, with so many health points, is able just to remain firm in the mid, gain as much as possible, but Loud still well in the driver's seat.
That is what happens when you have high HP in your attack, and as Frank, you are an idle target for Firecrow to charge a super off of. Get a couple in a row off the hypercharge. Loud are running the show right now, counting up to 70%.
The SA team for you. Nice. I'm rooting for Loud and Eternal, to be honest. Well, Eternal I have a little bit of a bias for, because Night Archer is Eternal, so yeah.
The game secure, the remainder of the roster advances forward to attempt to secure this point, but it's just no good. The constant pressure of Kyodog is a huge thorn in their side.
Now Loud with a Pam healing station on the ground.
Okay, this is actually really close.
But all 3 members standing
welcome, cool kid. Welcome.
Sprays. It's similar to 2025.
Yeah.
Loud
easy win for Loud.
Solid fight out of Nimquim Segura, but they're underdogs for a reason. Loud are making noise early on our new season.
Gotta say, though, I was amazed by what they were able to offer draft-wise in set number 2 on Brawl Ball. That blew me away. I loved the way that they played.
Yeah, that was such an easy win for Loud. It's not even close.
If you're looking at this, if you're a high-level player saying, okay, well, I could have seen that a mile away, then why didn't Loud see it? Right? How did they not see this coming? So I think, well and truly, mid-game Segura outsmarted Loud in set number 2. That is a high bar to clear, and I gotta give them a pat on the back for that. I was ready to give them accolades for even taking a game. They did it several times. They took an entire set. Well done, in-game Segura.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
For sure, and the expectations against a team like this, I mean, I think a lot of people at home have a similar kind of task that I would give Loud too. It's make number 1 seed once again. I think World Finals minimum, especially when you go top 5th through 8th with the team last year, one of the best results South America's seen in a long time, and you run it back for a 3rd straight year. Nimquim Segura hold those heads high. They definitely went a set further than I thought they would go, but Loud, this is just another stepping stone. It's a long journey ahead if they want to take a grand finals.
I sure hope they will hold their heads high. It was very promising what they showed us here today. I really feel like this one comes down to draft. That Frank Law's pick, we weren't really a fan of it, and he was more just a star power, a super feeding station for anyone on the other side. Kyodog on the other side with 18 kills on Ellie. If you pick up 2 long-range snipers, basically no health, he's gonna do so well. So yeah, that draft, they kind of should have seen it coming.
No health.
What's playing in the background? This is Hasbin Hotel. I am and I don't know what. What does that mean, cool kid? Honestly, it's interesting because like the announcers would usually be at home doing these, so the fact that they're, you know, in an actual place is very interesting.
But at some point, you know that you're going to win the match. You have the outdraft. You're pressing the buttons. You know that you're going to semis.
So what would have been the solution there? Otis, Cornelius, something like that?
I think the solution is to ban Alley.
That would be kind of hard, Scooter.
Other threats open.
It means, I don't know. Oh, I see.
Really help either. We want to have a look at just how that quarterfinal number 1 went down.
Next match in 5 minutes, and it's Eternal. Let's go, Eternal.
This one moves on into the semifinals and is now waiting.
Well, I
for
mean,
their
it
opponent.
does
Is it gonna be Olympus Squad or
sometimes, not all the time though, and plus, like, they don't show, like, they don't show, like, very explicit stuff. I've played this on the stream before, and I haven't had any issues, so we're fine,
Makes
don't
things
worry.
interesting. Pedro was the only one on the desk brave enough to take Eternal. I don't think it's too crazy. I know this quarterfinal 4 is going to be close. I feel that way in my gut. But quarterfinal 2, I think, is really fun.
There are a lot of new teams, I feel. I haven't heard about many of these teams. Eternal I've known about.
The game from inside out. Coach Pedro bringing the strategic minds behind the players. How have you enjoyed the show so far?
A lot. I mean, it's insane to be here, and it's a different perspective to watch the games. And
Pedro.
We're gonna lean heavily on his strategic mind, the analyst brain behind every single play from the players, and maybe we get some insight from you as well. Why, for example, did they pick Frank?
I mean, it's different of the situation, but it's really good to see a region like SA, right? They are very aggressive. They are completely different than what we can expect from EMEA. It's true that lately these two meta are coming close together a bit more. But remember back then where they meta was completely different, so it's good.
Can I still predict? Try to
reconnect.
Have you ever had Brawl Pass activated? I've had Brawl Passes every month since December 2024.
I'm gonna cover it. Let me take this one for you. You can't talk.
I'm literally supposed to say that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who will win? I'm obviously gonna be promoting Eternal, but not a lot of people did, so.
But we have been there. We know what it means to represent the SK, and we'll be back on top.
We believe in you, Pedro.
Think about Maxi Pad, he is like very pay to win. Way more pay to win than I am. I've only spent about $100, which is still a lot, I am aware.
And I do want to point out that you were the only one Eternal. It's Olympus Squad versus Eternal Esports.
Yeah, I think
Eternal. I'm surprised. I just voted Eternal because I'm biased for them, but dang it, not a lot of people voted for them. Think about OJ. Oh, OJ is so pay to win. He is very pay to win.
Especially they came all together because they kind of
OJ is
from
insane.
teams before, right? Jubileo from what is now SK Kalala's roster, right? Mid-season, now Moteb recently. So I think that also gives you the energy to prove that even if when you get dropped, that you prove that you are good enough.
Yeah, on the left outside, Olympus Squad are a good team. I think the second half of last year was a team that I grew to love. Loving their gameplay, a couple semifinals in there, quarterfinals as well. I don't think there are any slouches. I'm with you. I really do think this is going to be a very competitive match number 2.
We had a couple of roster changes also in Latin America, and these teams have been affected by it, Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely. An insane roster mania in the offseason here for the region. Pretty crazy stuff. And last second as well, not only was it a surprise to see teammates like Motep and Pekka go away from each other. After 3 years, they're separating, but in a bizarre way. On January 7th, SKC announced that
sounds
they
good,
would be
cool
taking
kid.
world finalists from last season. Motep, RAC, and Pekka. This is only roughly a month ago.
Squad
And time goes on.
Wait, they do?
Results don't go the way they're looking for. In just 3 days before monthly qualifiers, they ship things up again. It was really interesting to see Motep's perspective on this. Motep, somebody that wanted to kind of make a name for himself, prove that he could lead a team, especially maybe a smaller organization like Eternal Esports that isn't as large as somebody like Loud, to go back to the top. Both parties definitely wanted top.
I didn't see
SKC, somebody who were at the top last year, 3 monthly finals wins, and it's really crazy to see them make a kind of change like that so quickly before the season. It just adds to the drama, and we'll have to see who ends up winning the quote-unquote trade, because that's essentially what it was.
Yeah, it's really interesting because then in the region you have Loud, right, which is the king of the region, and then last year you had a few teams fighting each other, and now they merge force to try to fight them, right? First was the addition of RHZ to Pekka and Motep. That didn't work out, so they decided to move Motep and bring the other big star, big rookie from last year, which is Christian. So I think that's a good point, and now the leftover are for me are Jubileo, Motep. So I think we're gonna go see a really insane match.
Oh, only one person voted for Eternal.
Is going to take it, however. It is one of the 2025 South American rivalries that continues here this year as well. Basically a redux of the Alpha 7 esports team versus Casa Brawl. They faced each other about 10 times last year. Most of the time, the Alpha 7 team with Brawl came out on top, Kenny. Can they finally break this curse now?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to be a little awkward, right? Am I the only one? Motep and Jubileo on a team last year together, and then it's like, hey, buddy, we're going to bring in Doritos for your spot, and then the next year it's like, hey, do you care if we team up? I mean, there's got to be at least a little bit of that. I'm sure they're going to be working through that in the early season. Clearly, they're cool with each other, or else they don't make that roster happen. But obviously, these two teams have fought a ton, like you said. This is a very personal one. I think Olimpo Squad have a lot to prove just to
You
show
got
that
mod
they're not a tier 2
for
team
who?
in this region. That they want to be in.
Because
the
you've
same
been mod
conversation
for me
like
for a
Aladdin
while.
and SKC. And Motep, like I mentioned, even in his tweet when he was departing for the new team, it seemed very personal to him. It seemed like a personal goal that he wanted to be taken seriously as a top dog in this region. That's something that I can respect.
He even mentioned that he was maybe overshadowed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I was waiting for them to start.
Was 19 points, 70 points away of LCQ, right? And I think they really want to prove it themselves. Last year when they were completely rookies, I think. So now they have the experience. They have done so many attempts already. I think this could be their year.
So they now have the chance to show us where it's at. Heading out into our first map, it's Super Beach.
Ooh, okay. Here we go. How is this gonna go, guys?
And as we're heading into draft, I want to throw to our beloved Pedro over here. Tell us more about this map.
Alright, so Jubilee chooses
can give you, this is a really good early pick. Give you
Willow. I thought I followed you in this account. No worries. Welcome to the stream. Mott Clifford, welcome.
Not right, and Willow is already a thrower that can defend himself pretty good.
Alright, Olimpo chooses B and Stu. Interesting picks.
So B coming
Alright, what? I forgot his name, but we'll see who he picks.
Specifically with Stu because they want that wall break. If you're going to face a Willow, like
nah, not Colette main anymore. I'm more of a Mandy main
by
now.
tearing everything down. Otherwise, Willow's just going to have her way. A popular brawler like Spike you see in that fan stage doesn't typically do well into throwers. So having B, if you're going to run that risk, you better have wall breaker outside it.
I do like the Stu idea here. Griff could have been another one to open up the map.
I want Eternal to win, bro. Well, this part at least. We'll see about semis though. Mina! Ooh, Mina is still pretty good.
Solution in the previous match to have something against those single hit rollers, those little spawners. Mina's going to be the pick first. Super aggressive, and then also Frank.
I mean, the Frank, I think
yeah, interesting. I haven't really heard of Ice Crow and Freeman. Yeah, and Motep chooses Frank.
I think we have too many counters for Frank these days, so it's better to pick it and you decide if you want to or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Massa and Mina is a really good flex brawler, can be mid against B, dodge and a bit, put the shield, put in some pressure. And
Kenji!
It's really interesting because now you have something to...
You're not liking the Frank me neither. I mean, he's not as good with buffies anymore. He's not as good with... I mean, like, his buffies aren't really that good. B and Stu can kind of farm off him. True, yeah. So, I'm a little bit worried. So, this might not be the best first game, first set for... Wait, did they just switch? Cobber?
I'm going to go with left-hand side, I think, to win this one. I feel good. I feel like the Frank was almost forced. I like that there's two powerful brawlers on that right-hand in, but on the left-hand side, just a great strategy overall. Rattle Tide to kick things
I am not a Jew, but welcome to the stream, Puffer. Welcome back, I should say.
Left-hand side, all just away, and Coway nowhere to walk. With a nice flank here. Jubileo has to go closer and closer to that net. A desperate windmill just to try and keep them up with the HP too high.
Okay.
Reception though, a little misplaced.
So Jumper, Jubilee, or oh my god, I do not know how to say these names. So Cowber goes in. Oh, okay, okay.
They have insane uppercuts, all of them, and yeah, it's more about what value they get from the
yeah, that they just get far off him. Mina is gonna be interesting to see, bro.
So it's about if Eternal can score early goals, because later is the worst for them.
Yeah, especially now that we're about 40 seconds into this. Motep finally getting a super down.
Why do they all have the exact same name?
Super just lets loose on the middle of the map as Motep dribbles.
Whoa.
Especially with the respawning Brawl, that would not be smart to approach the net.
And now the walls are starting to open. As I said, yeah, the wheel is going to start to suffer, but the teammates need to push.
Come on. Ooh. Okay, so Jubilee.
To to make something.
Calber, oh my god. Motep. Motep.
Wide open, green grass ahead of him. It'll be a Limbo squad.
This is not looking good for Eternal.
Plenty of hypercharges available though for Eternal. They're certainly not out of it yet, but a hypercharge for Brawl. He smells blood in the water. Motep in trouble, backed away. Brawl strikes, and now on the other end as well. Be there to walk alongside them and triple Brawl on the map.
Okay, but hey, that's only the first game, so I feel like
they're all Limbo players.
Eternal still has a
Yeah, I mean,
chance.
it's a really hard game for.
I forgot about unfair
for
flips, to be
late,
honest.
So
I
they need
forgot
to
about
really
that.
make some pressure with the Frank at the start so they can score some early goals. Also, it's really hard, right, because you have to do that break right away. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to
Interesting
call
start.
because there are 3 Brawls on the map, so they're playing mind
Ooh,
games.
that might have been a good
What
gadget.
they're doing, I mean, what are they gonna do on the other side to predict it? Kenji up in the
To be
air.
honest, I knew that I was not gonna play unfair flips for very long.
Motep.
It's a good chance.
Like, I just do it, bro.
Super safe. They can miss the pressure now. They don't need to rush anything. They need to just to
I do not understand anything that this guy is saying. Oh my god. Oh, okay, go Frank. Go Calber. Oh,
Oh, look at the slide through there.
that was good, bro. That was good.
Definitely pays off for Eternal. The patience that you talked about really paid off.
Yeah, and to be honest, I would just do the escape move, put it on the corner, all the whole game. I mean, because
That
it's
was
very early,
good,
right?
wow.
Trying to fit the Stu as much as possible. I think the Stu have a super right now. Obviously, it's really hard to fit it with the.
Come on. Ooh. Okay, Calber. Oh, okay. Okay, so Eternal actually has a chance now, I feel.
Like you asked for, but they just saw an opportunity and took it. Better to just go ahead and win the game outright. I was confident somewhat in that draft on the left-hand side. Again, the Eternal Brawlers are great. But like you mentioned, it felt like the Frank was almost a choice out of, we have to pick this because if we let it slide, the other team is going to absolutely destroy us. So all things considered, the fact that this is 1-1, I think goes to show the quality of players Eternal are.
Yeah, I think the Barbados Olimpo, all Barbados players need to freeze a bit on the wheel, right? To put in the pressure. Yes, like they are doing. Stu is basically freezing while Kenji do his thing, and he'll try to break as soon before.
Okay, Calber. You gotta be careful with the B, I
For a
feel.
long time, of course, going to be anti-tank, but Frank just with so many health points, and especially with the transition to this new kind of super where he gets a shield, it is impossible. There's no.
Okay, he's out. Calber. Come on,
I don't see a
man.
reason why you would do that. That is a blunder for sure.
Yeah,
Basic
yeah,
utility.
I
Now,
mean,
Kenji's going to be close to
yeah, I
dying
got
as well, so
probably.
for 1v1 interaction,
Hopefully
I think
he's
the
played
Limbo squad
today.
certainly enjoying that one. They love seeing that purple button is gone.
Yeah, it's interesting that to see at this level this kind of mistakes because are really rare, right? But also the other team will know how to punish you if you make this mistake, right? You are trying, you have one of the best hypercharge, you miss it, now you are gonna regret it.
Numbers for Eternal. Stu skating up the map, trying to build space for his teammates as the big steam goes down. Windmill to protect them. This is one of the mechanisms that Mina relies on to succeed. Once it's burned, though, just going to be a lot easier for Olympus squad to move off this map.
This is a really intense game, I feel. Oh my
Now
god.
they're going to have plenty of space.
I think we have seen the first game super chaotic where it's really good for the blue team.
Okay, so Calber kind of. Oh, that was a bad gadget from Calber, but he goes. Oh, whoa.
One of them is
Oh my god.
for the other team, right? So it's really interesting to see which game style is going to win.
Holy.
Good on Eternal for not letting that one in easy.
Holy.
The entire blue side to march backward. Now
holy frick hyper.
Motep, of course, the squishiest brawler on
Welcome GDCJ, welcome to the stream.
Trying to time that shot perfectly. He lining it up and Kenji.
Motep is just, he was cornered. I did not like that.
That's pretty much what I said, right? So many hypercharges, we saw Frank missing a full hypercharge, and 1 minute later he used another one, and he probably close to the third one, so yeah. It's super chaotic.
This is a very intense game, bro. Oh, God. I don't like this.
Let's see, Mina, they need to push now before the map walls open. Then
well, we're not really playing right now.
So they need to do
so I can add you, but we're not really playing. That was really good. They actually won the first game, this first match. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Puffer. That's what I'm saying. That was really crazy.
But he relied on his teammate. He was probably keep it for the defense, but he didn't need it.
it really didn't look like they could make it in
That was a
first
good
game.
first set.
Takes the game looking very, very strong, but now we see some great moments once more from the Mina. As you said, she needed to make some plays. Didn't even get the most kills on her end. 7 kills on Kawi. Now we also finally know who's who on the left-hand side roster. Brawl was on Stu, indeed. Ice Crew on Kenji with a whopping 11 kills. So even though they open up the map quite a bit, that Kenji still worked out perfectly.
The Brawl PR department is thriving right now. 3 players and all of that action. All of them look great. I mean, there's no way that you can do wrong. They're playing devious work by them, by the way. But nonetheless, Eternal's still finding a way to win that set. I mean, all things considered after the draft, maybe that was just a wrong read of my situation. But I was pretty convinced with the Frank being a little bit of a forced pick. I thought maybe they get away with one there. Instead, though it's a knockdown goal. Mina's just a powerful brawler. That win rate doesn't lie.
I think it's this Star Wars is a good proof that killing or KD is not everything, right? It's important to know what's make it mode are you playing. That
I'm talking in the Eternal server right now.
Right, because just get the goals. We saw the Kenji with insane amount of kills, be insane amount of damage, but sometimes that's not enough.
Playing for the objective, they also have to do that in that next one, and luckily for them, this is actually about kills. We're heading over to Knockout now. Golden Gulch is the next map, and if they get the most kills here, the quickest, they will also win the map. Really liked what we've seen so far from both of those rosters, both in the terms of draft and gameplay. Now in Golden Gulch, we've seen Rico pop up. Do you happen to know if any of those two teams have a very, very good Rico amongst their lines?
I can expect the Olimpo to play some Rico, not the main, but maybe we can expect them to have more block, opening the map and snipers, but we can see some Rico.
I think that's certainly a possibility. In EMEA Pedro, I really felt like this was one of the few maps that teams relied on this being a more long-range open affair. We're not necessarily just running tanks and assassins down the map. Is that something that you resonate with? Do you agree with that?
I will always vouch for the slow playstyle by the snipers, maybe break. I like the Rico. But because you can play anything later, right? You can go more aggro with the Brock, breaking aggressive, or we just hold the gadgets. I mean, I'm that playstyle.
Super Beach, by the way, was the casting debut of Pedro, so I feel like you definitely have a future here if you ever want to stop coaching, switch over to the better job, obviously.
RT first pick from Eternal.
Some common brawlers that we saw in the previous match as well.
From Jubilee.
Brock, once again, first overall pick. I think that's
and Byron?
Control, also having some range. I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just think RT is a great flex brawler. Byron kind of powering teammates with the heals, but also the poison damage can be really pesky. Has a gadget that can fan a shot into grass, so just vision also strong there too.
Yeah, I think the RT is, how you said, more flex, right? You are ready against tanks. And Byron, I think, I didn't expect the sniper, so I expect to have some strategy with the last pick. You can have some aggro to heal, because if you go on a sniper, you just go something like Piper or Bell, right? Sure. More safe.
Just hard commit.
But so I can expect something interesting.
And there comes the Rico that we mentioned before. Once again, Rico and Brock. We've seen this composition before. Spy coming in at last pick now. A buffy brawler that you can virtually play on every map at the moment. Now last pick for
Bad Boy, I don't know.
Assume they want to go with a tank last
I
pick
mean,
there,
honestly, I kind of am acting like a bad boy right
I
now.
would have loved to see a tick maybe left open here. Was banned out before in this map.
I think the strategy is to go for a Frank. Let's see what they, but they pick already the Rico and the Spike, so they expect it, so they went for the ground.
Same category, right? I mean,
no, I'm pretty sure they went. They went because Olimpo was ready for it, right? No one would pick a Spike if you don't expect a hard tank. So maybe Eternal didn't expect so much anti-tank.
I do like to grow into Spike specifically. A squishy brawler. We do have someone that can open up the map though on the left hand side. So with that Brock, as long as they open up the map, they should do just fine into that thrower. Set number 2 now for Olimpo squad versus Eternal.
Great start for Eternal. Coming out of the lower bracket, have some players of history in this region. Motap trying to isolate himself as one of the best to do it. They're going to be spacing the floor early. The Grom pick, not something I expected. Into a matchup like Spike, I like it, but out of all throwers, why this one?
I think if you have a lot of vision at the start, it's really safe in these kind of maps. There's other throwers like Sprout or Tick that are really good against certain brawlers, but can have a lot of can have less counters than Grom, right? So if you know you have the last pick, you can pick the thrower that you feel more.
Well, unique draft out of Eternal. My diamond randoms are thrilling right now, knowing that Braum is getting played at a professional level, because they sure do love to pick it at my level.
I mean, we have seen
Alright, that's enough looking at Discord.
The Rico is really good getting the ride. That
I feel like these are some very interesting picks. Ooh, Motap.
map is kind of diagonal. So
Oh, Jubal, good, Jubal. Ooh.
And when you cannot fight the Rico, just right?
Eternal being overwhelmed right now.
Come
Not
on.
a lot of health points to go around. They have a healing super if they elect to use it, but I think it would be a mistake.
I mean, Grom was a very interesting pick. Oh, it's all up to...
For a takedown by Byron, they exhausted a little utility in that too. Going into this next round now, hypercharged super villain, another teammate with the super too. It feels like Olympus Squad have an advantage in the next one as well.
Yeah, I think they need to fight for the left. They have the Grom vision. They need to. They have struggling so much. They're struggling so much with the Rico. Just forget about the Rico. Go left, get the left, and fight side to side. When you fight side to side, then the throwers pop off a bit. So that's the place.
I will say, I was wondering how Rico would be, because he's really good now.
Also put them in a 3v2, but it's going to be Brock putting the gas pedal. Ooh, and a hypercharge as well. Oh, he was feeling nasty. Tried to go for two, not enough. Overdoing it a little bit. Rico on the right-hand side, not making any contact either. Eternal in trouble. Not quite out of it yet, but Motep's going to have to play pretty darn perfectly. Now a purple button being...
Oh, Motep!
This is where things get...
Okay, it's all up to Jubal, and yeah, there's no shot there. We're gonna win that.
Olympus Squad just felt like the safer, better team in that opening game.
I mean, we saw some really good skill move from both teams, right? That broke popping the purple bottom to rush the ground was really good. He really know the speed that he get, and he really get used to it. And the movement from Motep on there was insane. Was not enough to dodge 3 guys, but yeah, was really good.
So we'll see if they change things up here. It looks like Eternal are sending Braum a little bit of backup. RT, not necessarily hiding himself, but is concealed in that grass a little bit. Going to be taking out fanning shots, dealing with the needle grenades coming out of Spike. Brock in the middle of the map. Rico's still stagnant on that right side.
Okay.
Byron. I think this time they're going to be taking a much slower approach. Not really an opportunity to move up reader.
I mean, that's a bit better, right, for Eternal. Now they freeze a bit every lane. They cannot get pushed, but I don't know how much can they hold. Like, we see the Byron not paying too much attention to the Rico, just trying to freeze.
Okay. It's still all the... Oh, okay. I'm not liking how Jubal's here. Okay.
Going to be shifting alongside Byron, trying to play the middle of the map. Ready to go with the super if necessary. Now Vision going down from the tower that Grom drops. Rico with the bounce shot.
Come on!
Being against other throwers has a super though. He's flashing that button. Will pop it. Ooh, and a complete whiff there. Now it's going to be a 3v3 with the fog. Eternal finally have legs here. Few shots going down. And Grom just body blocking for his entire team.
Ooh, that was good, but oh my god, why are they sucking now? Why is Eternal sucking now? What the heck? What happened?
If you have the bush, you have the vision, you cannot really come close to a spike that can sneak on you. Kind of the same for Rico. Then Brock zoning everywhere. It seems like in this kind of long map, the sniper should pop up, but they are suffering so much.
So the unique picker Grom so far not paying off too much. A few supers here and there, but even a brawler like Spike able to maintain. This time an opportunity though for Motep on the bottom right hand side, super going down, but also wasted as well.
Ooh, okay.
Managed to grab a kill out of it.
Okay, why is my stream lagging out so much? Like,
but it's insane how to see how in this kind of map...
Eternal actually isn't playing too bad now.
Spike has already a sniper. That's really good for him.
Okay, why are they all of a sudden doing really good?
Brawlers that are supposed to be
Okay, it's all up to... I forgot which one, and they all have the same name, so I forgot which one that was.
Yeah, not a traditional matchup that they're going to enjoy, and at this point, it's just Brock sitting still, doing his best
Let's
to
go.
get whatever he can muster.
Go, Eternal.
So a couple supers walking into this next round for Eternal. Finally, a little life for them. Spike's definitely been a player to watch, though, and now he's going to be sneaking down the skinny side of this left-hand lane. Brock once again taking the middle. The issue is, though, you can't hide anywhere because that Grom gadget reveals you immediately.
Yeah, that's really easy to take off, right? So, yeah, that scat don't stay too long. And somehow the Grom needs to push on the lane, right? The Grom is the win condition,
Quad.
the condition to get a lane for free, and he's not working at all.
Wild to think in our current meta of Franks and Mortises that something like a Grom could be a win condition. A Rico super off screen to the bottom.
Come on! Come on! Eternal! Oh, come on! A holy hypercharge! Oh my god!
Byron doing his best. Just to hold firm. Somehow Eternal survive all of that.
Yeah, basically the game is not over because of Jubileo. Healing, Jubileo holding and dodging on the mid by his own completely. And I think...
Oh my god!
I was going to say they were going to win this one, but Spike dodged really good.
Oh, Jubal. Whoa.
Yeah, at this point in the 2v2, close call. Limbo holding on.
Dang it.
Survival just too much. Now those things up here.
That.
That was really impressive to watch. I thought the Grom was creative. Did you really
Ain't
feel like
no
it came
way,
through the way
though.
they thought it would? Because I feel like at times, you know, mechanics aside, I just didn't see them line up in the start like I think you mentioned. Like I feel like
It's the South America Monthly Finals.
Yeah, I think in the paper ground,
And
always
hello.
strike, right?
Yeah.
But this map is a bit special. This map is
Welcome to the stream.
The pressure is everything, and the new spike is insane. He can win kind of any matchup, and yeah, it works.
Spike definitely a brawler that sticks out to me as one of the most banned, most picked, and the highest win rate
Yeah,
of brawlers.
Spike is
Definitely a good
insane
pickup
right
from
now.
the side of Olympus squad. I also am a bit of surprised that they didn't even open up the map too badly. The Grom still had a lot of walls to stand behind, yet Olympus squad still won.
It's a great sidestepping. Now we know it is Ice Crow. I was going to call him Brawl #1, but I just have no idea in the middle of the game who they're running to. Their in-game names. Ice Crow. Going to be the man on this spike. 4 kills apiece, so even distribution there.
That was really good. That was a tough game.
The dodging of Grom.
That was a tough set, even.
Throwers traditionally do well into Spike because Spike relies on open space. Throwers, if they're hiding behind a wall, well, it's hard for Spike or sharpshooters in general to land those shots. So the fact that he was able to get the better of Coway, I think goes to show how well the set he played.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously you pick the Brock to be safe against throwers, but if you have a teammate that
Brock was
no,
really
I'm chill, I have the counter, I'm gonna win it. Why do it, right? Why to waste those gadgets?
Yeah, very true. Brock didn't have to open the map, but they still won the match into a thrower. Very well played from them. Now, after getting as many kills as possible, the objective of that mode, we're heading over to Hot Zone. A super interesting one here. We're on Ring of Fire once
Ring
again.
of Fire. Okay,
We have
this
seen
is
this
a
already before, Kenny.
Hot Zone.
An absolute pop-off moment from the side of Loud. Do you think she's going to be banned out now?
I think it's very possible. I think Ali is somebody that you have to consider. Somebody like Im. Oh, I was going to say, if Im's escapes, you have to consider it. One strategy we saw in EMU.
Ems is a good first pick. Ems is so good right now, so he is definitely going to do good with
Im's
Ems,
such a
I
powerful
feel.
brawler that even on a map like this where you wouldn't naturally consider her in most metas, now that because she's so good, I almost feel like you have to click the button just out of pure respect.
Yeah, I think Em is the best brawler right now for me. Is one of the meta where we have the top one.
I really need Eternal to win this set. No, this match. I really need Eternal to win.
Poco, B, aggro, but this Em is a surprise for me. Probably they wanted to leave everything open so they can pick another top brawler. Normally, what you do is you leave. If you expect them to pick Poco, Mortis, and
Poco, who else
so
are they gonna
That is a
choose?
very wise thing they've done here.
Yeah,
I was
Mortis.
about to say, they left open all of these brawlers. Frank is also left open. So with that Poco already on the field, I wouldn't be too surprised if they picked him up as well. Frank and Poco usually don't do too well into Ems though. She's a pretty good counter against both of them, one being a tank.
Yeah,
one just having about the
definitely.
same range as the Ems.
They definitely have some good insight. Yeah, that's definitely true what they're saying.
I feel.
Shelly with the buffies.
I think they're.
I don't know if
figuring
she's
the
as
Frank
good.
on the
Finks
left-hand
though.
side.
Finks
Gonna
could be
come in for the range,
interesting.
so at least I got that one correct. I think Pam could still be an option here. Is going to do a fairly well job against the Finks specifically.
yeah, it's surprising these last 2 picks from Eternal, right? Normally when you have an Enth, you need to. It's insane brawl, but you need a bit of support. Normally you put it with a TP, with something that can grant you the push, the control, but he's gonna play alone. Anyway, I think it's gonna kind of be insane. Obviously, Shelly and Enth get to the enemy bush.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Luby, interesting last pick.
Dude,
this has been happening for over
Frostbitten to kind of cut off the middle of the map. The ice is still something super valuable, I imagine, in a situation like this.
Yeah, I mentioned Lou a couple of times coming into the first time we've seen this map. Now Lumi kind of does the same with 2 ice rings as with Gadget. I'm super excited for this one. Did not see the Shelly coming, did not see the Poco coming, and then nothing really to follow it up.
Should be a fun one. 1-1 on the scorecard. Eternal team trying to cause a little bit of racket, mix things up over in South America. We've seen what Olympus Squad can do. Last year, A7's roster made it to multiple semifinals. They're looking to climb their way back up to the top. Both of these teams looking to prove that they deserve a date with Loud, to prove they are more than just the Tier 2 destination, trying to get themselves out of jail there. So now I'm going to call him Brawl number 1 on the right-hand side. Going to be running the Mortis while Poco in the mid. Lumi playing alongside it. I think it's going to be a game of cat and mouse. It's really going to be Shelly trying to shadow that Mortis, and the other two brawlers just have to win the 2v2.
Yeah, basically we're going to see exactly.
So it looks like a good, interesting start from Olympo.
Try to put some chaotic
Ooh,
in the other two.
ooh,
At the
ooh.
same time that he's going to run away from the Shelly. We saw a really good synergy now trying to kill that Shelly, and works really good. And now it's the turn of Mortis to do a space at the same time that he's trying to.
Oh, good super from Cabber.
It was almost Mortis baiting out the Shelly so that the Lumi could activate super, stun Shelly. Mortis swoops in and does the rest. And you're seeing it on the scorecard. It is showing 55 almost.
Good super. That was a good super. Oh, but Mortis just comes straight on in.
For the Olympus squad. But as we said, if Shelly managed to heal up on or end from the really good for them. Mortis that need to run away. Don't do that. Don't for Shelly, please. Just run away. Look for the other two, and you will do a really good job.
Yeah, and I think he's frustrated with himself too. Throwing down a little angry pin, and now a super from Jubileo will be able to stay indestructible for a moment here. Trying to clasp to that wall, but a poke.
Okay, it looks like they're getting some good control now. They're definitely getting some good control now.
Slowly climbing their way back.
Ooh,
wants all the
good hyper, good hyper.
Shotgun is enough to beat a shovel, and will deploy Mortis back to spawn.
Yeah, that 3 wall on the left is really important for the red team. Shelly and Enf can use it really good, but Shelly needs to be careful of not breaking it, right? Sometimes you are on the side of the wall, you really want to.
Ooh, whoa, okay.
Enf will.
Oh, let's go! The turtle is taking good control.
60% in this game, trying to climb all the way up to 100. Now Black.
Oh!
All the utilities.
Whoa!
Why not? Eternal want to win it right here, right now.
Yes, yes, yes! Let's go. Good first game. I'm not gonna get my hopes up yet.
Really impressive comeback.
Yeah, it's really important that they don't let the Enf get to that spot. We were talking about the bush. We said that she don't even need the bush. Just get to that wall. So we need probably Lumi on the left all the time, avoiding. We need a lot of communication. Mortis is the one that is going more aggro position, so he cannot know where the end is coming from. He needs to know because 2 seconds later is ends on that wall, and it's 20%.
Olympus squad certainly going to be kicking themselves, all things considered. Had a massive lead in game number 1, but it was Eternal who found a way back into it. So now Lumi taking to that left-hand side, like you mentioned, that L-safe wall, very important. Shelly, though, not even dealing with the Mortis, just wants to go for the Poco. If they push him away, it's going to allow Finks to get in the middle. Now they've got a super going down. Jubileo has a little room to expand. Mortis trying to expand their territory a little bit, but quite a reversal of what we saw in the opening game. This time it's Eternal taking off.
Yeah, I think Eternal don't want to have the same weak early as before, so they went for different strats, right? The Shell is waiting for Mortis, and Mortis just freeze. You maybe lose the other 2v2, so they try something different. Work a bit, but now again we are in the same early.
It's about even now. Poco activating hypercharge. Shelly up in his face once again, trying to activate Pluck Blast.
Okay, they have some good map control.
That powerful resource. This gadget can be so devastating. It just cuts off that entire middle.
Yeah, very true. Ooh, okay. Cabber kind of goes in. Ooh, they go in, and they're actually doing really good. Actually, no, it's close. It is very close.
Use abilities, use the ammo, and then come back, heal up, and go again. He died sadly now, but I think it's working for him now.
Opportunity for Eternal. Hypercharge being popped by Finks. Shelly now operating on this left-hand side, and Mortis shadowing. Trying to bait this out. With low HP, they have to buy their time, and it's Shelly, of course, winning that natural matchup. Now the right hand in, though. Im's being cut off.
Okay, now they're back to having some good control. Oh, I thought at least. Ooh, okay. Oh! Whoa!
Because the MPK there is really bad for them, but
Good hyper from Caliber as my thing lags.
at the same time, he needs
Not
also
out,
to
now my
defend the
stream's
mid, right?
behind.
So look,
Still, he barely escapes with his life.
Ooh, okay, but
Shots from Brawl. This is an
Wait,
opportunity for Olympo squad.
Olympo. Oh, it's so close. Oh.
they synchronize a lot to so Poco can.
Ooh, okay.
He got the heal, but
Eternal coming back in.
So if Mortis put the low, maybe Poco can finish the kill.
Oh.
And it's really important.
Oh.
Eternal putting up a great team fight. 10% away. They back Olympo
95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay. That was a good set. That was good.
But is Eternal walking away with a 2-1 lead?
That was good.
10 seconds are really important because we saw.
That was very close for Eternal.
Super and hypercharge. Maybe that means that you could have managed a bit more your second before dying, right? Maybe heal up and used it because those a kill with that ability could have been game.
Hindsight's obviously 2020, but now that we've kind of seen this go down, Lumi has been a good brawler in the past metas, right? But she's had some nerfs along the way, not necessarily as prominent. Do you feel like there was possibly a better answer? Do you think the Lumi made sense on paper? It just obviously it started really well for Olympus Squad, but it got out of hand rather quickly.
I mean, I believe that Lumi is a brawler that depends on the hands, that can work or cannot work. I could say that guesting on some, actually in some hot zone he bring it that when no one was playing it on EME and worked it really good. So it's depend on the player.
I do really like a good.
I like a good Lumi too. I think that makes a lot of sense. I see the explanation. Obviously, any brawlers in gusty hands looks pretty good right now. Things in the middle of the map, a tried and true one. Ims is somebody that's the best brawler in the game. Sometimes it's that simple, Pedro. Look, I'm not a coach.
Bro, that was a very close game.
I'm probably just going to click the button.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ims is the best brawler right now. Something we joke around with is we forgot to ban it and Ims is on the screen. We just dodge, right?
Welcome, Digital Goat. Welcome to the stream. That was very... Yeah, I'm not sure if you've been watching, but... Oh, that was really good.
So far, we definitely don't have a 3-0 happening, so I'm already happy with our two quarterfinals that we've seen. The first one, 3-1, Loud versus Ningam Segura. Now in this one, we're 2-1 up for Eternal. So you're actually looking so good with your predictions right now, Pedro. He's been the only caster to actually predict them to win.
Yeah, I think
I need Eternal to win. I need Eternal to win. Because I predicted them.
Really hard, and knowing, or you will always lose a set or lose 2 sets, and knowing that you can always come back and trusting your teammate is really important.
I was really undecided between the two. Honestly, I just went with stats. And in scrims, Olympus Squad have just looked a bit better. I have to say though, no other team has scrimmed as often as Eternal, so that definitely shows off here. They're doing super well. They just know how to draft. That Shelly pick was a bit unconventional, but it obviously worked out. So let's see what they have for us in store here on Bridge to Thor. Kaze is going to be the first pick here. A very aggressive brawler to kick things off here. Chuck is out of the equation as he's banned from Eternal.
Yeah, we can expect from Olimpo to have a bit of more aggressive playstyle, right? And we can expect from Eternal to be more conservative with throwers, anti-tanks like the Otis, Brox, even 8-bits from faraway nannies. And yeah, let's see. We are gonna see these fights of playstyles.
Yeah, 2 strategies really.
8-bit, interesting first pick. Oh no, that's the second pick. Okay, we got Otis as well.
I think it's a really creative solution to go against these single sharpshooters that are kind of plaguing this map right now because he's got so many health points. It's really difficult to take him down. He may be slow, but if you can march him up that map, if you can somehow get him onto the other side, lethal damage dealer. So I think he covers a lot of bases for a team.
I mean, I think it's really hard to play in high competitive level, but once you get to the point where you can have value, you will have insane value. Sadly, have so many counters. One of my favorite, 8-bit, just for you to know. But sadly, have so many counters. Brock, Nani, Bell will make you in trouble.
I was about to call the Nanny here as well. I also feel like she's doing so well into an 8-bit. 8-bit already slow, so it's a bit easier to hit your shots with those single shot brawlers. Piper, Nanny, all the ones you mentioned already. Bell could also come in clutch here.
Bell definitely.
His own turret. It's a bit unfortunate. What I'm really looking forward to here is maybe a Crow picked up by either of those 2 teams. He's going to do a lot of damage and going to do well for either side at this point.
Pierce!
Long-range Pierce, so definitely a little more conservative outside of that. Kaze, Nani going to be a long-range option.
Okay,
Pierce,
I feel like,
crazy damage to something like an 8-bit on a high save.
I feel like Motab needs to choose someone good. They need to choose someone to counter. The team that Olympus Squad has looks really good.
Some anti-tanks, full defense. Cordelius is along those lines. Otis, though, is a little bit of a hybrid. He can play a lane, he can contest a mid-range brawler. He might have trouble with some of those longer range ones, but does a little bit of everything.
Juju!
Late them special!
Yeah, I didn't expect the Juju. I expect them to have something to add some damage to the save, right? Right now they relay Kena on the 8-bit one. That is the one that have the worst matchup so far, and in the case of Olimpo, we have Cathay, we have Nani TPs, the range of Pierce, so they have more win condition. But the Juju have a really good matchup. Remember that this heist, right? We need to go for additive, we need to go for damage. Maybe it is enough to make a space for the 8-bit, maybe it's not.
So So Juju's goal is going to be trying to expand space to allow 8-Bit to walk forward. If 8-Bit's raining down that high safe, life looking good for Eternal. We're one set away from advancing to a semifinals.
Dude, we need a turtle, bro. We need a turtle to do good here.
Yeah, I think the comp of Eternal is much harder to work. You have so many possibilities with Olimpo. But it's all about the skill, right? If Eternal made to get his way to the safe.
It's not heist. Like, these are very cheap picks for heist.
Especially with the last second roster swap. He said it himself. Felt overshadowed, worked to a new team, reunites with Jubileo, and now he's working the middle of the map alongside his teammates. Coway raining down 1K shots in that safe, and they're so close to getting that 75% threshold. And there they go. Finally top it off. Well worth it from Jubileo to maybe overextend a little bit, even if this
Oh, yeah. I just don't think that they picked good. I will say they are winning right now, but low-key they could get good map. Olimpo squad could get some good map control, I feel.
2% with a shield can change the whole game, right? You can think that it's really close, but it's not, and those shield, everything for those shield these days.
It's really tough for 8-Bit to dodge that circle out. If Fierce just places it anywhere remotely on 8-Bit and he's that low of HP, there's no way the slow arcade machine's going to be able to dodge that. Nani.
Ooh, they're getting good damage. They're getting good damage. Whoa, okay.
Still letting loose on that left-hand side. Finally goes down. But
I mean, Kaze tries to get in.
Oh! Yeah, I mean, that he did say to defend the Otis, the Bears have a lot.
That was a good time super, I feel. Oh, no, okay, they're losing it. They're losing right now. Okay.
Sometimes it's better to defend, have the full control so you can decide the piece of the game, and that's what they are doing.
Coway feels like this is a moment to strike, and will activate that hypercharge. Does manage to dodge it a little bit, but caught up in the fan storm that Kaze drops. So now they're going to be able to gain a little more access to this right-hand side. Motep, a pivotal player here, going down.
Oh, bro, what the heck? What is Caliber's aim?
Yeah, I mean, Olimpo knows that the AP is the biggest threat, right? They are putting all the abilities on him, so he cannot get even to the mid part of the map. Even the cafe that he's
GG's, bro.
On control, so we can see that.
I just don't think that Juju was the pick here. I really don't think Juju was the pick.
Limbo Squad would have to get through another layer of this high safe onion, but there's just not enough space, not enough brawlers, just clean execution from Olimpo.
Yeah, Juju was not the pick.
Off that high safe. So game going to the blue side, still a lot of life left. I felt like that was a much better showing from them, and in general, I would say Juju, who you mentioned, has great paper matchups. I didn't really feel like she ever got to a point where she was thriving. We didn't really see Grieger on the ground much, which is telling me that she's not hitting enough shots, but telling me she's not charging super. I feel like 8-Bit just couldn't shine because other lanes weren't.
I think Juju is focusing too much his lane. I think he needs to forget about the piece that he's just going to feed and get damage and help the 8-Bit to get on the point. They need to play for the 8-Bit, everything needs to be for the 8-Bit, and yeah, that's where they're trying to now. I think the Olimpo expected that, so they double lane, but yeah, and now it's a few damage from Eternal is coming.
That's a great win considering that they were double laning, because now 8-Bit can expand his territory a little bit. Juju can still hug those walls, and now with extra damage coming in from the super, that's really valuable. Tough job for Jubileo. Mid-range brawler, like I mentioned, can be used for anti-tank. Now battling one of the longest range brawlers in the game. But Brawl, at least that Brawl on my screen, is trying to do his best to hit shots. Not enough, though. And now with the extra spawner on the ground.
Okay, they're actually kind of cooking. They're kind of cooking here.
On that big lane, we are seeing a 2v2 on the right, a 1v1 completely frozen on the left. Jubileo's winning, though. I don't know if he should. Probably not. But he's doing really good.
They delete 25% like it's nothing.
Yeah, now he's
in the back pocket as well. Yeah.
They need to kill that cafe over
Oh my god. Okay, they're getting up there. They're getting up there.
Do your lane, kill the cafe, so 8-Bit can suicide for damage.
Yeah, tried to suicide, but unfortunately couldn't survive long enough to expand and get the tags. Used a gadget as well. Now Jubileo left all alone in this left-hand side. The good news for Eternal is they have such a large lead. With a minute on the clock and not a scratch of damage on their save, they can afford it with a couple mistakes here and there, but it just feels like Eternal has owned this left-hand side. 8-Bit's been able to have his way on the right. It's going to have to be a real turnaround from the blue end.
Yeah, we saw a cross kill on the left, Otis and Nani killing each other. That's really important for Eternal, because all they need to do is to freeze on the left, because freezing Otis is doing damage, and probably I think he did even more on the half than the damage that was taken.
Looked like a misplay out of Nani too. TP's right in front of Jubileo's.
Okay, now now Olympo is kind of cooking.
From the map. This time they're switching things up. Motep dashing to this left-hand side, playing alongside Jubileo. They get a takedown in the mid.
This is actually getting more tense. Oh my god.
They are just finding new routes for the AP to reach the mid. They decided the right is not working, so they just went mid. He's gonna suicide again for damage, got it on the save. Enough damage, and they have an insane lead.
Insane lead, and with 10 seconds on the clock, several layers.
Okay, I think that Eternal got this one.
Not going to be enough here. So all of a sudden, Eternal turn things around in this set and will be on match point.
Let's go. Let's freaking go.
They send a double engagement on that right-hand side.
Okay, dude.
And the fact that that failed instantly led
Eternal needs one more game and then they go into the semifinals.
Is a key player to watch on the top-hand side.
I need this.
A remote amount of time. Just a little sliver of damage can lead to so much, especially with that gadget. We're seeing the extra credits go down.
Here we go.
They get even extra fire for every regular shot he takes.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Olympo just need to do the game super chaotic. They need to get so many as much super as possible, especially the Fierce that is the one that can destroy that 8-bit. But they're not doing it, right? The playstyle that Eternal need to bring is really hard to play. Seems like not, but it's really hard, and they are doing it really good.
Feels like Eternal are just playing better in game number 2 in the start of game 3. No damage being dealt yet. Finally, Pierce is able to get a takedown. But 8-bit has established a turret, so now that's going to be his domain. Okay,
Juju kind of just... okay.
Juju!
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, we can see that 8-bit is using a lot of turrets from the back. Seems like he should not, but that got him the control. They have got him not to die.
Dude, Eternal is kind of getting some good control, kinda.
And it's working because the Otis is slowly pushing the Nani and getting some percentage. So if 8-bit doesn't die, they don't get that much.
Olympus Squad have to find some semblance of map control. They just keep losing brawler after brawler. Eternal being patient. They haven't overdone it yet. There's a couple good tags that appears as slowing one to 8-bit, making him even slower than he already is. Now hiding, lurking is going to be the Kaze on the right-hand side, beamed down by 8-bit.
This is looking good. This is looking good.
That's 2 shields.
Yeah, already expanding.
Yeah, if they don't get that turret fast and they are able to do another new push, that's going to be a second shield.
Devastating.
It's coming, the shield.
Now Gregory on the ground as well. Oh, that is a tough beat as well. All those pierce shots on the ground and they can't even be
okay.
On the top end,
Nani is getting some good control here now.
Compared to what Eternal are doing on the bottom of your screen, you can see it. 8-bit, just so many shots pouring in. It's overwhelming.
Kaze. Oh, Kaze. Oh my god.
I think it's not worth it.
Not over yet. Still
30 seconds.
But a long way to go. They have to get to that 50% marker, and they got to do it fast because otherwise there's just not enough physical time for them to come back.
I mean, they are doing.
Oh my freaking god.
Which is super important now.
Kaze.
Even if you don't read the save,
come on, Jomo. Yes.
Eternal on autopilot at this point. All the hard work already done. Just a simple.
Yes.
To get this to win. Beautifully executed. The game
we got Eternal. It's the semifinals. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
Month of the year and entry to the semifinals.
I mean, we saw that they can bring any type of playstyle on. They have been here around for a long time already, and they do it today.
Motep now playing for Eternal and did pay off in the end. Pedro, the only one who actually predicted them.
Let's go. We are going into semifinals.
That was my reason for
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back, guys.
Missing today.
We'll have to do a couple things actually. So BRB.
I think they had a game plan. We could see it really good on the last set. They have a game plan, and if it don't work, they don't have tools to be creative, and with the same brawler you have, find a new route. We saw 3 games literally the same, always the same lanes, not changing anything. We saw Eternal changing a bit to make that 8-bit to reach the save, to make some space with the Juju, but I couldn't see that on the link board.
I really like that analysis we mentioned before. They also didn't really play for the objective. You can see it here once more. Golden actually with 21 kills, but you don't have to get kills on a heist to win, Kenny.
No, and I mean, despite how many frags he got, it just wasn't enough to equate the high save damage. And I think that's one thing that Pierce may be a great brawler, but it's definitely not my go-to if I'm looking to get damage on that high save. And that's one thing I felt like was really lacking from that blue side composition. They had great brawlers. They had some good lane matchups. There were brawlers that get the long distance, but not necessarily outside of Kaze, able to just explode like an 8-bit would.
Yeah, I mean, but you just need to find new routes, right? If it's not working, just maybe put the Pierce on the right, maybe get more feet from the 8-bit. The Cafe on the mid, maybe doing some space, just making time on the Juju. You just need to find new routes when something is not working every game, and they didn't. I think that was really important.
I think that always shows who is really the best team, who can adapt to whatever their opponents
That was really good.
and how they're playing. I want to have a look at how the quarterfinals have shaped up so far. 3-1 in the first one, 3-1 in the second one, and Loud and Eternal are our semi-finalists number 1. Pedro, if you would have to bet right now, after what we've just seen, are you putting your money on Loud or Eternal here?
Loud. I mean, we talk about the experience, right? And Loud is
I want Eternal.
3 most experienced players in the region.
I'd say
I think
alongside Tufa, probably.
Yeah, maybe Tufa, but if not, they are top 2 and 3, right? So yeah, I would expect them to be also really.
Yeah, that was really good.
And now in quarterfinal number 3, we're heading into the other side of this. A little bit of an interesting roster swap. After the season had already started, SK Kalalas gains a new player, and they're now facing up against a completely new roster. Sun Hedorah's my personal favorites here today, the underdogs, because it was kind of a running joke from the 2025 SA season that South America is always populated by the same 8 teams. We welcome back Ready to the desk as well. Your thoughts on that super new roster, Sun Hedorah's? We haven't heard from those players yet so far at all.
What is there to think? Honestly, they're completely new. I'm going to riff on the same beats as you, as this team is completely new. The Zarita gang is a team that's notably missing here, so they've beaten out those guys to make it in here. I think that's really important to note. I'm excited to see what they have to offer. I always love some fresh faces in the business, but there's no history to speak of for these guys besides their qualifiers performance.
And in qualifiers, they were actually doing super well. With Drew, Magic, and Merlin playing here. They played with a little bit of a different roster in the qualifiers. Merlin jumping in here, and I hope they had enough time to scrim with him. Because, Pedro, you and me know how important communication is in a team. And if you have a new player in your roster, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I always vouch for synergy teams, right? Staying together for a long time is really good. That's something we are going to see on SK Kalalas now with RHZ and Christian. They have been together from before. But I love this kind of match where we don't know what to expect from one of the teams, right? Obviously, I think it's going to be on the favor of SKC, but not expecting what a team can bring is super dangerous, right? Normally you have stats, you know their playstyle, you know a lot, and they can surprise you with anything. You don't have anything to lose, and they can come with whatever they want to.
So Sun Hedorah's on the one side, the rookies, and then on the other side we have SK Kalalas, second seed in the region, and we already broke down the roster mania a little bit, and they were hit by that in this region. We had the chance to sit down with Brawl talking about this.
So we got SK Kalalas. I think that's who I'm gonna vote for. I haven't even predicted yet.
Not only with his level, but with his preparation with draft and all that things, like he really give everything for the team. But even with that, the team synergy was not good. Like, we were playing scrims and yeah, it was only scrims, but the results that we were looking were not the best. Also playing other competitions, so it was like, okay, we can do something. We can start with this team, and then if something goes bad in the first monthly final, we can change something, or we can change it now, because if we want to go to the Brawl Cup, we need to have like the best team or the best way.
I'm so excited for the Brawl Cup.
We try to fix the team, like changing someone. Maybe that was not the correct player to change, but we will see it today.
Ready, you were talking to him here. I'm super surprised by his answer that he felt like the synergy was off a little bit, despite Pekka and Motep playing together for such a long time. A huge question that is in the room right now: can Pekka still perform as well as they did last year without his dear friend Motep?
Yeah, well, I mean, this roster is also one that has been attempting to plug and play for sort of a while. They've rotated their third numerous times. Now they're rotating out their third and the coach at the same time. It is curious to see that the lack of synergy would be there, but it wouldn't be an unfamiliar story when it comes down to the other two that are on this roster.
Do you think they can still have the same performance this year as they showed us last year, Pedro?
Yeah, I think, but what we need to talk about is not the trust swap a player that they change the main drafter. That's really important. At the end of the day, in good teams, everyone helps, right? But when you have the main brain working on screens every day, probably the in-game leader talking, deciding when to swap lanes is completely a new environment when you change the players, and it's something that they need to adapt as soon as possible.
They're probably happy that they have to face up against a completely rookie in that first match here. At the same time, as you already mentioned, you can't really know. He's already laughing.
I was happy last week also.
Yeah, you were. And SK did not end up winning, but let's see if it goes a little better for SKC. The match is already on the way, so let's head into our first map here. It's SK Kalalas versus Sonya Doris, and I'm going to throw that question to you, Pedro, still. SK Kalalas, looking forward to playing against rookies, but you mentioned beforehand how Sonya Doris are an unwritten book. They don't really know what to expect from them.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally like that, right? They have some stats, right? They, especially when they have already waiting 2 weeks for this match, they know they have been tracking them for sure. But this team that have nothing to lose are really easy for them to just go wherever they feel like. Also, they probably, when you are 3 friends, probably even, or close people, and get to this chance, and some of them tell you, now, trust me, I'm gonna rock with Mr. P. Those people will trust forever, they will go with him. So,
to be honest, I might just stop streaming until semis. I do not want to stream for 7 hours. So I might just end stream.
Mortis could still be 2 very good picks on them like this one. Gray is going to be the first pick here, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw a tank or an assassin on the right-hand side indeed ready.
Mina now coming out from SK Kalalas. This one puzzles me just a little bit. I know it will apply a bunch of pressure. If they give up any room, then Mina's going to be taking up a ton of space. Though, I just have to wonder, are they capitalizing on those positions? Like, usually you capitalize on a brawler dying, for example, to move up as Mina. Now you're just waiting for someone to get on low HP, so it's going to be a bit of a different dynamic than you would see from Mina in most of the other game modes, but I think that's a role that she's going to fulfill.
yeah, I really like the playstyle of Mina in this map, because it's bring you a lot of flexibility to do whatever you want. Yeah, you can go super aggro at the start, or just wait for the overtime, right? With that shield that is really strong. You need some support like snipers are really strong, really important, and anti-tanks, which the cover both, right? So now at this point, Sonya Doris can choose whatever they want. They can. I would go for a more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna end stream. Hopefully I'll be back by the time semis happen, but I'm not sure.